It's been so long since we were at our favorite failed Kotaku journalist, Alyssa Mercante. Now, she probably over there thinking, oh, yeah, ever since I got his channel demonetized, he hasn't been covering. No, you haven't been saying anything that's worthwhile. And quite frankly, I feel like if it doesn't have anything to do with the case between her and Smash JT, I feel like she's irrelevant now. Like you don't see her ridiculous takes going as viral as it used to be. You just don't see anything from her anymore. I think her little army or whatever the hell they called themselves, they're no longer. I don't see them no more. I'm pretty sure they still watching. I don't even see what's the booty bandit name? The maggot. What's that boy name? Airbag. I don't see him on it. I guess they all moved over to Blue Sky or something like that. I just don't see them anymore. So it's not much to talk about. But I told you, every time she say something stupid, I'm a report on it. Now I haven't done that recently because ain't nothing she said has been really worth talking about. But this right here was egregious. So we're gonna get a good little gobble out of this. This was a screenshot from 8-Bit Era, and I thought, man, I had to double check this to make sure it was real. The proliferation of Soulslikes can be directly correlated to the increase in right-wing ideologies in nerd subculture. Don't at me. Okay. Oh my God. Bitch, you're dumb. You're fucking dumb. You're like one dumbass bitch. Like this is a bitch. Oh my God. What? I know. I need to double back and read that again. Let me read that again. The proliferation of Soulslikes can be directly correlated to an increase in right-wing ideologies in nerd subculture. Don't at me. Lord have mercy.
Lord Jesus.
Anyone saying, what about COD, aka Call of Duty, isn't realizing that video games fractured into two dominant male groups: alpha jock first-person shooter gamers and beta get-good Souls players. The latter is much more intrinsically tied to pseudo-intellectual fascist ideologies, the former Ura nationalism. This bitch is dumb. I'm sorry. Didn't we see Kai Cenat do an entire, like, what, it was a 72-hour stream of nothing but no, he played Elden Ring up until he beat it. Is he a fascist? I love how she ties get good to right wing, because it's like right wing people are always like, hey yo, let's just get the job done. Left wing people are all about whining and fucking complaining and crying and begging for handouts. I had to go over to her page to make sure this was real, and it is. She says, I'm not even touching the weeb gotcha shit. I admittedly avoid it and don't know too much about it, but would definitely entertain some convos. I just want gamers to know, I want gamers and nerds to understand, this is what happens. Just want to throw that out there. This is what happens when you allow people like this in your space. I would love to know how many hours in video games she actually put in. I doubt it's a lot. There's a difference between playing video games because you play video games versus playing video games because it's your job to play video games. She goes, I like Elden Ring and first-person shooter games, but the last year plus of game trailers at major events have been Soulslikes and gacha shit, and it's telling. Yeah, because that's what people are buying. What? And I guarantee you, after the success of Expedition 33, there are going to be a bunch of games that will be inspired by their success and what they did and try to create something similar. A turn-based game where you're not just waiting around. You got to dodge. You got to parry. Some people are going to improve on it. One of the criticisms I've seen of the game is that it's no longer a turn-based. It's not a turn-based game because, like, it wasn't that. It was that there was too much focus on parrying, which I kind of agree with that criticism of Expedition 33, because there was a lot of focus on parrying. As a matter of fact, I would say in that game, I probably never dodged. Yeah. Thinking about it. Sorry, I got something in my damn teeth. That's gonna bother me. I probably 98% of that game I did not dodge. I was parrying. There were probably fights that I could have won easier if I had dodged, but I was like, no, I'd rather parry. I'd rather parry. Not because I just wanted to get good, but just like the game rewarded you more for parrying. And so yeah. God, that game was amazing. But yeah though. And so I mean I think this is just a delusional, retarded fucking female who's out of her depth. She doesn't know anything about gamers. She could care less about gamers. She has no business in this space. She doesn't really care about gaming. The only thing she cares about is her ideology. That's why she's fighting the culture war. She's not fighting the culture war because she thinks it's important. She's fighting the culture war because she has an agenda and she wants it in video games. But the simple fact of the matter is, every sign points to you losing. You're losing. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Okay? You've seen it. You're losing. Let's see what some of the people in her comments were saying. Okay, but that doesn't really have anything to do with what you're saying. Anime gachas get made because they make billions of dollars. Bingo! Companies make Souls-like games because they're trying to follow a trend after the success of Elden Ring. Bingo! This person says the proliferations of Souls-like are related to right wing. I like Elden Ring and first-person shooter games. Is this a confession miss? I don't know. Please tell me, even her own fault. So I saw this yesterday and thought about it. The most toxic assholes in Souls games are all decided to play the game in ways that make it harder for themselves and have decided people who didn't are bad. Kind of sums up right-wing thinking in America. No, you're absolutely fucking retarded. You're retarded. That's the most retarded shit I ever heard. Okay? Here's the thing. What kills me about weaklings like y'all is, why do y'all care so much about what niggas online have to say? When I beat Sekiro, you know how I beat Sekiro? I was looking up guides. How do I beat Sword Saint Ishii? I watched the nigga do it. I'm like, okay, so he did that's how I did it. If a nigga want to come up to me and say, oh, no, you're not that good because you looked up a guide. Okay, nigga. You still got to pick up the control and do it. And I did. Care less about what nobody think about the fact that I watched a guy fight. Shout out to Fighting Cowboy. Every time I got to an area that I didn't know what the fuck was going on, or I was getting my back blown out by a boss, I went straight to Fighting Cowboy and looked at, man, how did he beat this nigga? And I'm like, oh, okay, if I got him, if I do X, Y, Z, I'm not finna sit up there and I sat there for 3 straight hours trying to figure it out on my own. I'm trying to move ahead. So yeah, though. Yeah, I think obviously the Mercante is retarded. We know that. So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. As always, make
oh, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.